Hello everyone, my name is Rhea and I have been reality shifting for the past 3 years. This video is probably the most simplest video I will ever make because most of the videos that I make are like shifting tips and shifting methods and things that have to do with shifting, but this video is simply about shifting. In this video, I'm going to be telling you what exactly shifting is, the basics of shifting, and how to begin. The word shifting realities is just how it seems. You will be changing or shifting to a different reality. Currently in this reality, which we call CR in our shifting community, is where we live day to day. This is the reality that we were born in. This is the reality that we stay in. Yet, when shifting realities, you are to go to a completely different reality, which is not this one. Let me explain to you how reality shifting works. Think of it like this. Just like this reality, multiple different realities exist completely outside of this universe, completely outside of our galaxy. And each reality is either extremely different or absolutely the same. Like in some reality, everything is the same as it goes here. Everything, the storyline, what happens in a day-to-day life is the same, yet humans all have green skin. Or some realities are vastly different, where like you're a different gender, magic exists, people fly instead of walk. So there's so many different realities where each reality has a different changeability. Like for example, like one reality could be exactly the same, but right now, instead of sitting with both of your feet touching the floor, in a different reality, you're not. Yet the reality is the same, but it just makes so many different infinite realities because there's tiny to a lot of a change in each one. Therefore, when shifting realities, we choose a reality in the infinite other ones that exist and decide to travel there to a reality where we already exist in a different way. You may have heard other people say this before, that we are not our body, that we are pure consciousness, that we are pure soul, spirit, or pure awareness, and this body has nothing to do with it. Well, shifting realities has a lot to do with this. It is to be believed that our consciousness or our awareness, the thing that we think with, the thing that is our voice up in here, the thing that makes us us, is spread across this entire universe. And think of it like this. Think of this as a whole universe with a bunch of different realities, these infinite realities. And think of our consciousness as like a plate that goes over all these infinite realities. And this awareness is just a little speck on that plate. Yet when we shift realities, we decide to go to a different speck that exists among the entire plate that is us. So yes, you could think that it is an out-of-body experience as you are traveling to a different body, but at the same time, it is the same consciousness that you are becoming aware of in different circumstances. For example, as when you are learning about shifting, you may have heard people who shift to a different Harry Potter reality or to Hogwarts. Well, it's not absurd because there is a different reality that exists that works like the Harry Potter movies, that works like Hogwarts. So when somebody decides to go to a specific reality where they are in Hogwarts, it is because they are choosing to go to a version of themselves that already exists across the multiverse by just switching their awareness. But aside from the shifting reality stereotype and the shifting reality image that has been created for the community, you do not only have to shift to movies and books and TV shows. You are able to shift to any different type of reality that your brain could think of. It could be absolutely like the one that you are living in right now, but you could have lost weight in that reality. You could be more wealthy in that reality. You could be more happy in that reality. Just as infinite the realities are that exist outside of this one, is exactly how infinite the choices are to make when trying to shift to a reality. A lot of people who commonly talk about shifting realities think that you are not able to create a different reality for yourself to go to. Well, that's what I'm saying. You're not creating a reality. You're going to one that simply already exists. You're going to one that you simply already exist in. It's like right now, when you are watching this video, you are aware of this reality. Your awareness is here. But yet, if you were to shift realities, your awareness would awaken somewhere else. And think of it as an out-of-body experience, like traveling across this plate by walking. Now, when you hear me talking about shifting realities, you might think that this is such a cool superpower, but it really isn't. Because when dreaming, we kind of do a part of this. Now, dreaming and shifting realities is completely different. Yet our subconscious is still able to make a world when dreaming in our head that we can travel throughout as we are sleeping. Shifting realities is same in the instance where our subconscious is able to take us to a different world that exists outside of this astral plane. Now, if you're absolutely new to shifting realities, you're probably confused about the subconscious part. We have two parts of our brain, supposedly the main two parts, the consciousness and the subconsciousness. The consciousness being what creates our thoughts, how we think, our inner voice, who we really are. Our subconsciousness, think of it as a memory bank. It's a memory bank in the part of our brain that records each and every detail. It records all of your thoughts. It records everything you hear. Even if you don't pay attention to something you hear, your subconscious records it. Think of any little thought that pops in your head, intrusive thoughts, your likings and dislikings that sometimes you don't even know about. Your subconscious records everything. If you're walking in the grocery store and you just look at people, just normally, just while walking, and later on, your consciousness is not going to remember these people at all. You're not going to remember their faces, but your subconscious mind remembers each and every detail that your ears, eyes, hands, feet, your entire body laid their eyes upon, hands upon, whatever. So when dreaming, shifting realities, astral projecting, our subconscious mind is completely in play. Because, for example, when trying to dream, sometimes we see people in our dreams that we've never seen before, and we think that we've never seen them before, but that is not true. Sometime in our life, we have seen them somewhere walking around outside, and our dream decides to kind of play them in our dream because our subconscious mind had them recorded. So when shifting realities is the same thing. You think of the reality you want to go to and all the things you want in your reality, and that stuff is all recorded in your subconscious mind. That becomes your desired reality, or your DR, which is another commonly used word in the shifting community. And when you think in your head when trying to shift realities, I would like to go to my DR, your subconscious mind would exactly know what things you associate with the word DR. So now that I've kind of explained what reality shifting is, how it works, how the subconscious comes to play, and all of that kind of stuff, let me explain to you how to do the active shifting, how most people start their journey. Actually, before I tell you that, let's name the 3 commonly used phrases in the shifting community. CR, which is current reality, DR, which is desired reality, and WR, which is waiting room. The first step to shifting realities is choosing where you want to go. Now, again, as I said, the possibilities and the choices are endless. You can create any life you want. You can revisit old memories and recreate them. Anything that comes to mind, any type of life, any type of memory that you want to live can be done. Anything, movies, books, a reality where you are a celebrity, a reality where everything is the same, yet you are 30 years old and married. Whatever you think that you want to do, and it doesn't have to be one desired reality, but right now we're going to focus on one. You can pick anywhere to go, any way you want, by looking like anything and anyone, and you can go do whatever you want, really. Once you have chosen where you want to go, most people create something called a script. Now, this is absolutely not necessary. Me, as a 3-year-old shifter, I do not make scripts for most of the realities that I go to anymore, but this is definitely something that beginners like to do, and it's kind of fun to do as well. Now, what is a script? A script is usually a piece of paper, your notebook. I used to do my scripts on a Google document. You can write anywhere and however you want. All you have to do is write down how you want your reality to go, what do you want to look like, what is your name going to be, basically the entire script of this life that you are creating for yourself. People write things like what relationships you want in your desired reality, what do you want to look like, what will be your personality traits, what are some things that will happen in your reality, how you want the atmosphere to be, and lots of other things like that. And again, a script is absolutely not necessary. And why is a script not necessary? Because when you think of things like, oh, in my desired reality, I would like red hair. And in my desired reality, I would like to have a relationship with blank. And you don't write that stuff down, remember, your subconscious mind records everything. So when you shift realities thinking of that these things associate to my DR, desired reality, then your subconscious mind will take you to a reality that has all those things that you previously thought of as they were already recorded in your head, even if you remember them or not. Aside from if you have a script or not, one thing to keep in mind, as usually as a beginner shifter, is to have a safe word. What is a safe word? It can be any word or even a safe action. It will be your ticket out of your desired reality or any reality that you go to. Your safe word can be apples, pineapple, or something that's dear to you. Or a safe action could be clicking your heels together 3 times, snapping your hands together 2 times, anything you want. And you're gonna associate the safe word or the safe action to getting out of your DR. So once you do shift and you use the safe word or the safe action, it will immediately take you back to your CR. Now, a commonly asked question that has been circulating in the shifting community for the past 3 years is that, if I forget my safe word, will I be able to come back? If I forget my safe action, will I be able to come back? What if it doesn't work? Do I need one? And the answer is no, you do not need one. If it doesn't work, that is not possible because you are so connected to your CR that there is no way for your consciousness to not come back to the place that it originally ignited from. And when you say forgetting it, usually when shifting realities, you are able, not usually, always, when shifting realities, you are able to pinpoint even your thoughts when deciding what you want. And you can tell yourself that you will not forget. You can even script, if you're deciding to do a script, you can script that I will never forget my safe word. I will never forget my safe action. And there have been many instances where I have shifted without a safe word and without a safe action, and I was easily able to come back just by thinking of myself sleeping and then thinking that I'm gonna come back. So now you're probably thinking, you're telling me about creating a script and having a safe word and the whole process of shifting, but how do you actually shift? So let's get into it. The actual act of shifting has been overcomplicated for many, many years. And let me tell you, as I have been shifting, I realized how actually easy it is. And you might think, it might be easy for you, Rhea, because you have been doing it for so long. But no, after the first time I shifted, I immediately realized how easy it was to get to it. And let me explain to you the completely easy steps on how to shift. Once you know where you're going, that is the main thing. Anytime you can try to shift. A common time that people try to shift is before bed, as that's when you have free time, that's when you can be quiet and nobody's really around you and you can really focus on the act of shifting. So this whole scenario that I'm going to play out in order to explain shifting to you, I'm going to play out during the night. So let's say that you are trying to shift tonight during bed. So you're going to lay down, get comfortable, get calm, and you're going to start thinking of the desired reality you want to go to. You're going to become happy and blissful and excited about the reality that you want to go to. And you're going to think of the reality, what things you expect, what things you're anticipating. And then after that, you're going to start telling yourself that it is time to go now. You will start saying very common affirmations that you can find on the internet, such as, I am now in my desired reality. I have now shifted. And this entire time, you're going to think of the exact place that you want to wake up in your desired reality. Now, let's say you're shifting to become a celebrity. You're shifting to a reality where you are a celebrity actor. Now, you can think of the bedroom in your mansion, and you're gonna imagine that entire room, detail by detail. You're gonna think of, what does my bed look like? What do the walls around me look like? What am I wearing? Am I sleeping in my DR bedroom right now? And as you lay in your bed trying to shift, you will feel yourself and the surroundings around you morphing into the same place that you want to wake up. And the entire time you're imagining this kind of stuff, you're gonna feel very blissful and happy internally and think you are shifting to your desired reality. You will tell yourself, I am allowed to shift. I can shift realities. I can travel the universe. I can shift. You can do many other positive affirmations such as, shifting was meant for me, I am going to blank desired reality, I am going to meet blank person. You can make your affirmations as personal as you want them to be for yourself. And the entire time, you're gonna imagine the exact specific place you want to wake up. And you can imagine it down to the detail. Use your 5 senses. Touching the bed, touching your clothes, looking at the walls, feeling how you would feel if you're asleep in your desired reality. And then there are 2 common ways that everybody shifts, either shifting awake or shifting asleep. When shifting awake, you will continue this method, this technique, where you're feeling your 5 senses, you're thinking of your DR, where you want to wake up, saying positive affirmations, feeling happy that you are transforming, and you will shift as you are awake in this reality and feel the entire experience of going from this reality and feeling the entire reality around you change until you are comfortable enough and aware enough to open your eyes in your desired reality because you know you are there. And the second way is to let yourself fall asleep as you do this method and anticipate that you will shift once you are asleep. There are many different techniques to shifting, many different methods. You probably are going to explore or have explored shifting methods as you get into this journey. But let me tell you, methods don't mean anything. Methods are just kind of steps for beginners to learn how to do the process of shifting. But the main things to actually shift are to know where you want to go, feel the 5 senses around you to where you want to wake up or where you want to become aware in your desired reality, and shift. And yes, shifting realities is absolutely real. It is nothing like lucid dreaming. It is nothing like dreaming itself, because when dreaming, we are still present in our heads. We are still in this reality. And it's nothing real. Like, the people that you would meet, the experiences that you would have would not be something that you would have fully, and you would not be fully aware during that time. Now, right now, as you watch this video, shifting realities is that real. So if you were to go shift to your favorite movie, it would be as real as you and I talking right now. Now, let me explain what happens to your CR self as when you are in a different reality when you are shifting. Our consciousness or awareness has the power to split. So when we move across this plate, as I explained before, we leave a part of that consciousness here as we travel with just our awareness. And that consciousness that stays here is us, is literally us, acts like us, would do your entire routine just like you, and would behave just like you, and would just be you. And during this time that this clone, which is another word that is used in the shifting community, would be behaving like you could be living a different life in a desired reality, and nobody in your current reality would know. And when you would decide to come back from your desired reality, you would feel that you lived all the experiences that your clone lived, that you lived them yourself. This is one of the most confusing concepts in the shifting community, that how can you possibly be awake here and also be aware in a different reality and then merge those 2 consciousnesses together? But it's exactly how it sounds. When we shift, our consciousness splits. One goes to the desired reality that we want to go to, and one stays here as our clone. Now, the word clone is kind of absurd because clone means something that looks like you, acts like you, but isn't you. But a clone is really just you. It's just a part of your consciousness, because our consciousness can be split so many different ways. That is why there are infinite realities. So when we shift, that clone stays here, acts like you, and if you were to shift throughout the night, you can shift and be back, and your clone will still be asleep. This is also what differentiates shifting from lucid dreaming. When dreaming, we stay inside our body, and there is no way for us to be dreaming while awake. Yet shifting, your clone here can be awake and can be going to school, work, doing household chores, and yet you could also be in a different reality at the same time. So you could be shifting awake. And when it comes to you can come back and you can still be asleep. Well, how does that work? If you utilize a script, or even if you don't have a script, you can have a time ratio. Basically, what you can do is that every reality is different. So you could go to a reality where 1 second here is 5 months there. So let's say that you spent 1 second sleeping here. You could have spent 5 months in a different reality. And you could come back in the same night and have shifted this whole life, and nobody would have known because you were sleeping. And also, a commonly other thing that's talked about is that if I shift to be like a 20-year-old in a different reality, what happens to all the memories that this 20-year-old had in a different reality before I shifted there? The second you shift to this different reality, you will obtain all the memories that this version of you had before you shifted. This is because once you're in a different body, once you're living a different reality life, it's just like this one. So just like you would have memories and you would feel different things for here, it's the same there. You're gonna have different connections and it's gonna be absolutely real. You can script anything and everything because that version of you exists. Like if there is a version of you dating your favorite celebrity, that version already exists. You're not forcing anybody to do that. You're simply going to a reality that is already out there in the universe where a different version of you exists. I have made this shifting video before, and I remember me talking about a lot of different things in that video and kind of giving the entire basis of shifting. But honestly, I feel like shifting has been so overly complicated that I just refuse to do that for you guys, because shifting is not as much as a superpower as it seems like it. Like, yes, going to a different reality where you can have superpowers and can be rich and famous is so great, but that does not make it a superpower. Think of it like this. It is a quality that you have in yourself, but nobody has told you you have it. Like, nobody has introduced it to you because it is so uncommon. It is very easy to do. All you need to know is where you want to go, where you want to become aware, like the exact 360 area you want to go, imagine it, and go. There are a couple things here and there, like having a time ratio, having a safe word, safe action. These things are some common things that fluctuate throughout the shifting journey. Yet other than that, there isn't really anything that you need to shift. If you come across this video and you are kind of halfway through your shifting journey, you're having a hard time, I have another video that is 50 shifting tips and a reprogramming your mind video. And these videos have really helped shifters who are struggling throughout their journey, who are having a hard time into believing in shifting or getting rid of their shifting fears or kind of getting rid of their doubts that could be blocking them from shifting. I suggest you go watch those videos. But if you are a new shifter, there is nothing except your mindset that can stop you from shifting. If internally you believe that shifting is real and I can do it, and that it's something that other people have experienced, so why can't I experience it? Nothing can stop you. It is very easy to do. Do not overcomplicate it. Have fun on your shifting journey. Good luck.